My goodness. So get yourselves comfortable. I am changing. I used to teach a very strict, or not strict, I should say, like get comfy and lay comfy, and you could totally still do that. By all means, I prefer comfort over discomfort in meditation, but I also want to kind of challenge people to explore meditation with different postures. So if tonight you just need to relax and totally check out and lay down, do that. If you're like, let me try a different method, it's a good time to explore different postures. So if you're choosing that and not laying down, just to make sure your spine is nice and erect. You don't need to be like tense or anything. Nice, erect spine. If you are sitting cross-legged, the best thing is to have your knees below your hips. So sometimes you could be best seated by lifting your butt up like on a blanket or a block or something. If you don't have that available to you, you could try that at some point during the week. Sherry, I'm telling you, Sherry, I think you should lead this tonight, Sherry. Sherry says, you need wine. Yeah. I actually have a glass of wine right next to me for right after this. I'm not kidding. You want to see it? I'm not joking. I'm saving it for later. It's my reward. I even brought it up here because I don't want to even have to go back downstairs after this. I'm going to stay up in my room and drink a glass of wine. It's all good. Okay. So once you find your comfortable spot, I want you to notice your own internal dialogue in your mind in response to everything I talked about, because I really don't want my energy to impact your experience like, oh, now I'm anxious. So be aware of how my dialogue either made you feel like, oh my gosh, I relate to that, or oh my gosh, just get to the meditation. I want you to just be aware of your own internal dialogue about how you feel right now. And then find your mindset of reset, meaning I just came at you guys with stuff and now we're going into our own stuff, into our own good stuff, all of us. So in other words, it's kind of like disconnect from my stuff because I don't want my stuff to become your stuff. And you guys don't have to take it on, because women in particular, we tend to do that a lot, where we want to help and take things from people. And just notice if you're trying to push away or if you're trying to take it from me, and realize, no, find what feels right for you. Because I'm good now. So if you haven't already, you can go ahead and close your eyes. And if you prefer your eyes to be open, just have your gaze looking just like a foot or two in front of you towards the floor. And truly bring in gratitude and awareness and accomplishment to yourself for committing yourself to this time right here, right now. Because this time is 100% all about you. And there were many, many other things that you could have chosen to do, but you chose you. So really just breathe in and take that awareness in as if it is your breath. That this idea of taking care of you is what is first and foremost, and it's always the right decision. And just begin to allow your body and your mind, which means your thoughts and your responses, Just begin to imagine that our day, throughout this day, we were like soda bottles and we were shaken up with the cap on just a little bit all day long. And right now is the time to put yourself in stillness and allow all of those bubbles, all of that stuff to just kind of simmer down. Just bring your attention to your breath. Breathe in deeply. It's amazing how shallow we all often breathe. So just now pay attention and be a little bit more diligent with your breath and really bring it deep down into your body. Bring it down into your abdomen. So as you inhale, even push out your stomach, which I often say women never do. We never are focusing on expanding our abdomens, but it's actually one of the best things we can do for our well-being. So as you breathe in, just push that belly out. And then as you exhale, then you can pull that belly button back towards your spine and contract. And find a nice deep rhythm to your breath. As you're breathing, just really notice that your body and your mind begins to simmer down slowly. And if there's any thought or physical sensation that's coming up and disturbing your breath, just be aware of it. And then return back to your breath. And as I speak for a few moments, I just want you to really pay attention to that expansion of your abdomen as you breathe in and the contraction as you breathe out. And I'm reminding all of you that so often we all think that meditation means that we enter into a state of bliss. But actually, what meditation is the observation of self, to become aware of what we are telling ourselves and filling ourselves all day long. And as we become aware of those thoughts and those replays and the experiences and the emotional, physical, mental imprints that are going on all the time, as we become aware of them, we're able to calm them and put them down. So particularly when we first sit in meditation, especially when you're doing it on your own and it's not guided, the beginning of meditation is often very difficult, which is why we don't stick with it, because we're flooded with thoughts, memories, and emotions. But the discipline and the practice comes with sitting with the discipline, sitting with the emotions, not having to do anything about them, not having to fix them or have a solution. It's just sitting and being. If you can come to meditation as if you become ignorant to your life, meaning you have no response, attachment, or reaction to life, your ignorance to your life becomes your bliss. Just continue to focus deeply on your breathing, paying attention to whatever anticipatory thoughts you're having, any impatience you might be having. Just sink into this moment. This moment is what you came for. And in this moment, there is nothing you need to do, just need to be. Allow your body to sink into relaxation and scan from the top of your head all the way down your face, your neck, your spine, arms, torso, abdomen, legs, all the way down to your feet. Just scan your whole body over and over. And imagine that if there's any tension or stress or lingering emotion, past or present, just imagine that it either drips out of you or falls away from you. See what visual comes up on all your tension and stress. Is it like boulders, or is it like dust, ashes? Is it thick like mud? Just see what imagery your body and mind come up with, and just imagine that visualization to help facilitate the release, the melting away of whatever's residing in you that is not serving you for your highest good. And the more you visualize this, the more you're releasing. You might know exactly what you're releasing, or you might have no idea. Just know that you are. Just bring your attention and like your mind's eye, and imagine that you can look into your skull and literally into your brain. Imagine your brain is this big, open, white space filled with white light. And imagine you had forgotten that your mind, your brain, is just this space of consciousness. And by turning your gaze inward to it and seeing the white light, it's like you're remembering who you are. Consciousness, light, energy, perfect, divinity. And as you're observing and looking at this white light within, notice any thoughts that pop up, relevant thoughts, deep thoughts, random thoughts. Notice them and then imagine those thoughts just get overpowered by the white light. Either those thoughts melt into the white light, or the white light just blows them up, disintegrates or evaporates them. And I want you to imagine or sense or allow a current feeling that hasn't been sitting right with you, whatever it's about. Allow that to bubble up from wherever it is existing in the universe. Allow it to bubble up through you and go into your mind. If there's anything that's currently unaddressed in your life, an emotion or feeling that has been pushed down, and specifically just for right now, we're going to focus a little bit more on the negative things that are down below, but we will bring this around to the positive. So if you're not wanting to go to the negativity space, we're going to flip it. So just allow yourself to let your body, let your mind, let your experiences, your consciousness, let it bring up what is bothering you in this moment. What is worrying you or upsetting you? Is it a person? Is it a situation, a scenario? Is it an old emotion? Is it new? Just allow yourself to give yourself the time and space to acknowledge this, meet it, the stuff that we often kind of push down because we have life to live. Very often there is something underneath, and we're just allowing it to come up in this moment so that it can be controlled. It's safe in this moment to just address and acknowledge this thought and these emotions. Identify the players or the environment. Just get a sense of who or what is surrounding the emotions and what are the emotions that you're feeling. Including the I don't want to think about it. I don't want to deal with this. I don't want to bring negativity to me. And imagine all the details around these emotions and these things. Imagine they can all take on a persona. So if anger is an emotion, imagine the emotion of anger kind of showing up in an emoji or some sort of visual. And just imagine yourself surrounding, like around a campfire, with all the players involved with what's upsetting you and the emotions. Imagine it's all sitting around a campfire and you're around, sitting in the circle with all of this going on around you. And there's a big bonfire, campfire in front of you. And you're all sitting around it. The emotions, the thoughts, the experiences, the people, the players. If it's financially stressful, your bank account is sitting around the fire. Just come up with a visual. And begin to just look towards your right or left and see who or what is sitting directly next to you in this dynamic. And go around the circle to see who or what is there. Approach this with playful curiosity. There's no way you can do this incorrectly. Go around the circle again and see what spaces are holding the most energy. Who or what is stressing you or disturbing you, upsetting you or bothering you the most. You're inviting them in your life. Right now we're in peace with it. We're all around the campfire. Surely some parts are heavier than others. Just notice. And notice that some of these lesser things, things that aren't as heavy, just notice that they get up and walk away from your campfire, or they evaporate, or emotions, or anything. Just imagine that somehow they're released or let go, or they just up and leave, or jump into the fire to be transformed. You don't have to make any of them do this. Just notice what aspects of your unpleasant dynamics actually aren't holding as much negative power in your experience, and let those just go away. See who or what just get up and walk out. What thoughts are you able to release? Sort of excuse from the campfire. And then notice who and what is remaining. And of those people, places, experiences, stresses, worries, emotions that are remaining, allow your mind to focus on 1, 2, maybe 4 of them, if there are 4 present. Go to each one and have a conversation. So if it's anger still sitting there, you can have a conversation with your anger. If it's a person who's bothering you, have a conversation with the person. If it's grief or loss, have a conversation with your grief and loss. And go around your campfire and address each thing that is holding you down or back. These things can be frivolous, small, and really huge. And see if in your dynamic and conversation, sort of new approach of looking at this person or thing or emotion, see if it has as much pull or power over you than what you originally thought. And see if any of these can shrink in size, or if they can actually leave your experience altogether. Allow yourself to engage with these aspects until they do shrink. Even if they get 1% smaller. And see if you can kind of boil down even more. What is the deeper feeling within you that resides in you that brings up discomfort, negativity? Do you feel you're unheard? Do you feel fearful? Is it past hurts or regrets? Their shame? Just kind of identify, what is this thing inside of you? Now we're pulling it into ourselves. Which emotion is inside of you that perpetuates or continues this cycle for you? And now you're sitting around the campfire with just yourself and that boiled down emotion. And imagine or notice, where in your body are you holding on to or carrying that emotion? And place your hands on that space or part of your body where this resides. And just allow it to be a part of you in this moment. Hear it, see it, feel it, acknowledge it. Apologize to yourself for carrying it, replaying it, holding it, experiencing it. Remind yourself of your human side. It wishes to no longer feel this. Again, apologize to yourself for carrying it. Even if someone, or we like to think someone or some experience caused it, that may or may not be true, but we are the one who is still holding on and carrying it. In this moment, we don't need to let it go or release it. We just need to nurture it and apologize to ourselves for carrying it for so long. Have a conversation with it. As you apologize to it, forgive yourself for having it, as you acknowledge it, need it, hear it. Even though it's still a part of you, imagine the intensity of it just loosens a little bit. You might not know what to do with it. You might even still want to get rid of it. And for this moment, we're hearing it. I want you to imagine that you are still by that campfire and bonfire, only you are the only one left in that circle. You and this thing inside of you, this feeling. And I want you to imagine that you stand up and walk directly into this fire and you burn up aspects of yourself that you wish to release. And as you step into the flames, you are not physically harmed in any way. More imagine the scenario of the phoenix rising. Allow the fire to burn up this old concept of yourself. And imagine yourself in the middle of this fire. You gain clarity, freedom, a sense of internal power, permission, vision, happiness, abundance, health, connectivity, love. And imagine yourself either rising up and floating over the campfire or walking straight through the campfire. And now your campfire circle. There are people and experiences, both known, people you know currently, and experiences and feelings that are now filling your campfire. People and experiences that contribute to your happiness, your health, your well-being. Begin to notice who shows up. We are not focused on who does not show up. We are focused on who's sitting around our fire in terms of people, alive and deceased, in terms of emotions of joy and wealth and happiness, in terms of relationships, Friends, careers, accomplishments can sit down now around your fire and begin to gain momentum and excitement over all that is here and still yet to come that contributes to your well-being. Known and unknown. And allow yourself to imagine yourself dancing around this fire, dancing with your feet or with your wheels, whatever is appropriate. Begin to bring in awareness and focus on all the good that is currently in your life and to come. Leave room and chairs and spaces around the campfire for anything you decide to add in the future. Allow uncertainty to be welcomed around your campfire, because uncertainty means the stuff we didn't even know to dream about and wish for, because it's bigger and it's outside our current comfort zones. Uncertainty is potential and possibilities. Uncertainty is not fear. Uncertainty is all that we couldn't conceive on our own because of our own limitations. Uncertainty is expansion. Another word for uncertainty, or words or phrases for uncertainty, is I want this or better. See the fires of your bonfire, campfire, roaring bright. See, feel, and imagine this interconnectedness of all the emotions, thoughts, and experiences sitting around your campfire now. See yourself dancing around, orchestrating all of it by just being, promising that you will remain aware. Keep your focus on the people and experiences that are good. Imagine all of that energy around your circle, even if it's just you and one other emotion or being. Imagine or visualize where that resides in your body. And place your hands over that space, or visualize and imagine your hands being over that space of your body. And allow that to grow through your whole body and expand through every muscle, every tissue, bone, ligament, every cell of your body begins to be filled with this energy. Bring your attention back to the white light energy in your brain. Notice all of the releasing your body has done during this entire meditation. Imagine your body being open and light and free and clear in this moment. And bring your attention when you're ready back to your fingertips and your toes, and go ahead and wiggle your fingers and toes and start to come fully back into your body. And stretch and move and shift your body in whatever way feels natural to you. Do this in your own time and in your own time only. When you're ready, and only when you're ready, you can open your eyes and just sit in stillness and reflection of that experience. Just sort of sit and notice how you feel in this moment.